Aloha, and welcome to this special episode of Mystimon Saga Terror in Depthara Trench. We're playing a second day in a row, guys.
Yeah. Woo!
We are playtesting. Aloha, and welcome to this special episode of Mystimon. Oh, gods.
Did it happen already?
No.
What?
Oh.
No, it was just.
This was playback errors.
Yeah, playback errors. We are playtesting the two newest classes coming to Pathfinder 2nd Edition, the Animist and the Exemplar. You guys seem to be enjoying the two new classes. Isn't that right, guys?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So far, definitely vibing with this.
Well, you're about to.
Sorry.
You're about to enjoy it a whole lot more because I've decided that at the end of this chapter, you guys will be leveling up to level 4.
Woo!
Let's just say I kind of got a little carried away writing the scenario, and it will probably go past Paizo's deadline. But, you know. Mystimon Saga is a universe of epic battles with mystical creatures with magical powers and the drama of individuals and nations. And today's special will be taking us deep beneath the waves into the Ocean Kingdoms once more. If you would like to learn more about Mystimon Saga, please visit the link in the description below. I'm your host, GM Seth. I also go by Seth R. Mitchell, pronouns are he, him. I have been GMing TTRPGs for more than 20 years, and I am the writer and creator of Mystimon Saga. And I am joined by our players today, Jackie, Behemoth, Elle, and Firecat. How about you sound off, guys?
No.
Hi.
Hello.
Sorry.
So, without further ado, let's get into it for a second time. When we last left our adventurers, you had a bit of a co-worker discussion in the lounge as Kata was trying ever so hard to get Izumi to freaking sign the papers. Did you finally get him to sign those papers?
Yes, but we left it
Yes,
behind.
Everybody signed their paperwork, which was then left behind in the flooding lounge. Never to be seen again.
Yeah, it is now probably somewhere at the bottom of the ocean. Yeah,
He's fine. So what are we?
The observatory started flooding as suddenly there was an implosion on all 3 of the tridents, these hubs that connect to the central hub, and you escaped back into the central hub, and that was when you got up into the command center, and you found that everyone that was there was dead. And you kind of had this idea that perhaps the same thing happened to everyone else that was in the other tridents. Perhaps you were the only ones that managed to escape whatever it was that killed these people up in the command center and everyone else. And you noticed on the necks of these people up in the command center these thing marks in a circular pattern that looked a little bit like what you've heard of from a Mystimon known as a Lyra, but they're far too large, and you don't think it could be that. Because, again, they're far too large, and Elira's fang marks are always on the back of the head, not on the neck. So you're not sure what could have made those marks. And you made your way back down the ladder and down into the dive dock area, which is on the lower floor of the central hub. And you were hoping to make an escape through in the subship, but you found this subship pretty much demolished. Apparently, the rocking from the implosions caused it to fall off of the hoist and crash onto the edge of the dive dock and partially into the water, and the front windows were shattered and the inside components were fried. It doesn't look like it's going to be flying anytime soon. And at that point, Lorena said, well, shit, there goes that idea. Any other ideas? And that was where we left off.
And
you guys can look around with a perception check if you want.
I will never
And,
turn down a perception check.
meanwhile, Alexis ponders and notices. Wait, there's people there are people that are harmed inside this facility, and I am completely safe. Oh God, I'm gonna be out of a job.
Petra sort of turns to you and says, I think that's being fired is the least of our worries right about now.
You guys were hired in the first
I will
place?
say, Alexis. Alexis, if we all get out of this alive, I will testify that you kept us safe this entire time.
Well, it'd probably be at least part of the reason why we get out, so I suppose that would be true.
And while Petra is searching, he'd especially like to look at the sub, see if it's at all fixable.
Okay, so Petro is mainly looking at the sub to see if it's at all fixable. For that, Petro, you're going to have to make me a crafting check.
All right, +0. So you can just use that. You can just use that dice I rolled for you.
So just turn that into a +0 instead.
Mhm.
Okay, so you, for what you could determine, it doesn't look like this is irreparable at all. At least not in the time that you have. If it's reparable at all, it would probably take much, much, much longer than you have. And I see Alexis didn't roll a perception check. Is she just...
Did I not? Okay, well, time to check it out. Hang on. Where do I? Okay, there you go. I forgot. It's been a while since I played, so I forgot how to blind GM roll on the player side.
But you played just last night.
Did I blind GM roll that session?
I think so.
I did not.
You did not. What in the world? Well, we have a perception check from Izumi and Alexis and Kata. Petro is more focused on seeing if the subship can be repaired at all. It doesn't look like it can, not in the time that you have. Kata, you don't find really anything. But Izubi and Alexis, you can find around the dive dock several dive suits with just enough air tanks for all of you. You also find a weapons storage locker, but it appears to be locked. And in another locker, you find other supplies, including 2 lesser healing potions and 5 minor healing potions. So I am actually going to throw those onto the party sheet.
Party stash.
Yeah, in the party stash. I'm going to throw those onto there.
Where is that?
In the you notice how our sheets are like in a folder?
Yeah.
To the right of the folder icon, there's a button to open sheet, and that opens the party sheet, which is like a whole useful thing that they just added.
So cool.
Right? It's awesome. I still can't get over that.
It is awesome. So I have just added the healing potions to the party stash on the party sheet. This does work a little bit differently in our main campaign, but here, use it as normal.
Alexa's gonna go ahead and take 2 of the minor healing potions.
All right.
Go for it.
Petro looks at them, then looks at the diving suits
Yeah.
and seems a bit confused.
Izumi's already changing or putting on one of the diving suits. What? Did you not wear one when you came here?
No, he's looking at the potions and thinking about how you can drink one through a diving suit bubble. Perhaps our sea friend should hold them, since she'll be the only one who can drink them.
Well, you'll figure it out.
And now that I think about it, Alex is gonna put the potion that they took back in the stash. I might not need these. I mean, hopefully none of us will. But
Hopefully.
I believe they were allocated to someone else.
Hopefully. Now, the way these air tanks work, and I am getting echoed here. How am I getting echoed? I'm getting echoed through behemoths. The way these air tanks work. The way these air tanks work is they have enough air for up to 4 hours. However, strenuous activities will deplete your air more rapidly. Anytime you make any athletics checks, you lose 5 minutes of air, and in any combat encounters, each round you make any strikes or cast any spells, your air is depleted by 5 minutes. I will handle the bookkeeping on this one. However, if you guys wish to handle it yourselves, you may.
Alright, how long does the diving suit last?
The air tanks.
4 hours.
The air tanks have enough air for 4 hours.
Of light activity.
Of light activity. And I'm making a new journal entry right now, and I'm actually going to make this for everyone, so you should be able to see it.
With that in mind, considering that I had spent, the had been looking through like the maps of this area, what's within 4 hours undersea walk from here?
That would be. Give me a moment as I go through all this.
Yeah, no problem.
Now, I want to ask a question.
Sure.
For who, in this room, would air, if our suits, end up expiring, for whom would air be more of a problem? And out of character question. I'm asking who has the worst constitution.
Yeah, I figured. Mine is. I have 12. So not great.
Yeah, Petro isn't in particularly good shape, but he's a bit overconfident because he knows he can turn into a shark for a few minutes a day.
Yeah. Kata as well is a sea fae of the oceanic adaptation variety, so she naturally can breathe underwater.
What about Dr. Gray?
I will need to add her on here, won't I?
What's her constitution modifier?
I'm gonna make it so Alexis puts a potion down that I'm gonna put in the party stash.
I would say that Dr. Gray's constitution is 12.
Good for her.
And they
Hey,
motion
look at that.
to whomever would need this. I beg of you to keep.
So I have just added onto the. I hope everyone can see this.
Yeah.
I just added onto the scene a pin that you should all be able to see for your air tanks. And I
that's
will
another book.
keep that open there. I'll handle bookkeeping, but if you want to handle your own bookkeeping on this, feel free. So, back to Kata's question as to what is the nearest place that you could escape to by foot under 4 hours. That would be the Morelvan city of Paradisiana. Paradisiana is probably your nearest escape route.
And how far away would that be?
Maybe about 3 hours.
In which direction?
So, Paradisiana is towards the east. I have a whole thing here that will actually describe that for you guys. As soon as we get down into the water. But
Gotcha.
just before you guys, I'm assuming you guys are putting on your suits and everything,
Yeah.
except Kata.
Petra
Kata
will,
doesn't need it.
Petra will suggest taking a breather really briefly. Partially because he needs to refocus, but also so people can eat and drink water if we have 3 hours in a diving suit without an ability to unsuit.
Yeah, sure. So a 10-minute breather. That sounds fine. Uh, make me perception checks.
One second. Okay. Per. Oh, I didn't make it blind. No. I'm not lucky. I'm not lucky. Great stuff. Had it.
Let's see. Make private.
No.
Well, I'll actually make. I'll just leave it at that. With Alexis, it doesn't really matter because she's a co-GM, so she can see the mail anyways. So Alexis and Petro, you notice Dr. Gray grabbing what looks like a clear, transparent tablet of some kind and stashing it away in her sack.
Who notices that? Sorry.
Alexis and Petro.
I see.
Petra thinks that it's just he has his own papers stashed in a waterproof satchel, so he doesn't pay much mind to it.
Yeah.
Or is she being obviously furtive about trying to hide it?
No, not really.
Okay. And he goes back to eating.
Alrighty. And Kata, what are you doing during this time?
I am like, so I would assume that we would all know how to exit the dive dock. So what I am doing is prepping for that exit.
There is a pool right in the center of the room. There's this big, about 20-foot diameter hole that leads straight down into the water.
And there's like an exit through the bottom of the central hub.
Yeah.
Is it like a I don't know what the right word for this is, but is it closed or is it just always open?
It's just always open.
Okay, I am going to go down there and check that it is open and not blocked or collapsed or anything.
All right. You're just going to go down through the pool.
Yeah.
All right.
And then, visual, come back up, confirm with everybody.
Alrighty. So yeah, you find that it is all fully open, ready for you guys to depart.
Are there any signs of, creatures that shouldn't be around here?
Make me a perception check.
I will do that. Hold on, let me double check my feats, because I'm wondering if I have something for this. No. Okay, that's not what that does. Okay, I'm gonna try something. I don't know if this is gonna work. Ah, it did work. Good. Okay.
So so what you notice as you plunge down into the pool, what you swiftly notice right off the bat is your dark vision appears to be completely useless, because down on the bottom of the central hub and on the bottom of the other tridents, which you could just barely make out that the other tridents are pretty much destroyed. Uh, on the along the bottom of the central hub where you are these lanterns, and the lanterns are only able to penetrate about 10 feet out into the dark ocean. It is pitch black down here, and past that you can't see a thing. Now, you happen to know that the dive suits do have lanterns on them.
So I also have a lantern just with me that I kind of always carry with me.
That's good. That's very good.
Which is my jellyfish lamp.
So that's what you notice firsthand, is there's something about the darkness down here that makes your dark vision just useless. And you can hear a strange sound that seems really muffled and echoey through the water. But being underwater, it's very difficult to pinpoint exactly where that sound could be coming from. But you are hearing some kind of strange noise down here.
Is it a noise like whale song, or is it a noise that's like a thumping? And is it like repetitive, or is it
It's like
just
it's like a
reverberation?
It's
or
like
something?
a strange scratching noise.
Okay. And then this darkness just like normal for this, or is this different from the last time that I've been out this way?
Make me an Arcana check.
I can absolutely do that. I was mostly just asking, like, was it this dark the last time I came out this way?
No, it wasn't, but you think it might just be nighttime up on the surface, and that's why it's this dark. But you also know that light barely penetrates this far down anyways.
All right, I swim back up to everybody and say, it is very dark down there. Make sure your lanterns are working. And can I go look in that, like, equipment shed to see if there's, like, an extra lantern or something? And or cannibalize, if there's an extra suit, cannibalize the lantern from that?
You would have to make a thievery check to open that equipment locker, because it appears to be locked.
I can do that. I meant the locker where we found the potions, but I can also do that if someone wants to.
Petra also snaps his
Help me,
fingers and just cast the light spell. It says you can have this if you need it.
Light spell. Is that a cantrip?
It is a
Oh, yeah.
cantrip. I did not just waste it for no reason.
That's good. It is very good that you have that.
So it's on one object. But Petra doesn't want to carry it because if he turns into a shark, the light will disappear.
Ooh.
Maybe you can cast that on one of the
Okay,
potions.
cool. Yeah, can you cast that? Can you cast that on my jellyfish lantern? My jellyfish lantern is just candle strength, but
Okay.
you know,
Yeah, Petra
give
will
my little
happily
guy some company.
make your jellyfish glow brightly.
Yay!
It's a very good cantrip to have, though. So if everyone's ready to go,
If
you can try to open that weapon storage locker with a thievery check.
I was gonna say since we have some people, since we were waiting for a little bit, anyways, I'll try to open that.
All right, go ahead and make me a thievery check. You're picking at it for a good 5 minutes, and it just does not want to open.
Have you tried kicking it?
I have not, and I will try to kick it.
Okay, make me a melee attack strike. Make me a melee strike.
Also, one flavor thing that I kind of thought about just now is like, so it's like not noticeable above light, but Alexis is like left. The scar on Alexis's left eye, which is usually covered by their hair, has like a faint glow that in the dark like goes through their hair and kind of makes it like be very visible.
All right. So Izumi makes a strike on the lock to try to open it, try to kick it open, and makes a 21, and that is going to hit, and that is probably going to come out of the lock's hardness. It's still not enough to open this. And
Well, that did not work.
It's
What's
again.
the big deal?
I don't think I'm back yet.
I would say.
Or wait, no, I am, because we just did the whole thing with the lighting it up. Here's it again.
I will try to kick it again.
Alrighty then. A 24. That is going to hit, of course. And same damage as last time. It still seems to be perfectly intact.
I do not think this is going to work.
I don't think it's going to work either.
Maybe you're not kicking it hard enough.
Why don't you try if you think it's that easy, huh?
Can I try? I don't think it'll do anything. Never mind.
Alexis.
How
like,
high is the
shrugs.
ceiling here?
The ceiling is
Uh-huh.
about 20 feet.
Okay. I don't think this is gonna
Alexis,
work, so never mind.
Like shrugs. I could possibly try to punch it or something, but I don't assume that would help much.
Probably not.
Does everyone have a weapon? We may not need weapons.
Well,
Yeah, this was just I was trying to look for the to see if there were any extra lights in there, but if it's mainly a weapons locker, everybody else has something, right?
Yeah.
I
well,
would
if the
sure
guard
hope
didn't carry
so.
a weapon on them, it'd be worrying.
If a guard did have a weapon on them, that would definitely be a concern. You kind of need a weapon to be able to do your job, don't you?
And
Maybe not. Maybe you
not
just punch
always.
really well.
A radio?
There is communication arrays on the dive suits. You have to imagine that the Sea have quite a bit more advanced technology than the races on the surface. So you're often amazed by the level of ingenuity that the Sea seem to have. Though, of course, they
Look,
often...
we are all very old, and there's a lot of time for experimentation.
Yeah, of course. And, of course, they don't normally have to account for, air-breathing races. So, a lot of their cities aren't really designed with these kinds of spaces with air-breathable rooms and such.
So then question. So this facility, because I think you mentioned before, like what it was made out of. This facility was built by the Merelvan.
Yes.
In the so like in the locker where we found the potions, are there like extra comm units or something for Sea who might be going outside with the kind of people who need dive suits?
You know what? You actually found a radio of sorts in the locker where you found all the potions.
Awesome.
You just didn't find a lantern in there.
Yeah, that's fine. But Petro's got me covered.
Yeah, he does.
Do I like strap the radio on so that I can stay in contact with you once the suits are all closed up?
Perfect. Dr.
Well, I'm gonna
Lorena
go
Gay,
over.
Dr. Lorena Gray has changed into her dive suit. Has everyone else gotten into their dive suits at this point?
Yep, and I'm waiting at the
Depthara.
water with like my feet in, waiting for everybody else.
Yep.
Alrighty.
Also, do we all have access to the stash when we leave, or does everything there get left behind?
Yes, you do. You have access to the party stash. That's fine.
Okay. Because yeah. Otherwise, I would just say like, hey, by the way, the potion of water breathing. Whoever needs it, grab it now. But like if we have access to it, then yeah.
So if we're all ready to go, I can move on to the next section here.
Ooh.
Okay, so as you all dive down into the ocean, the sea is cold and dark. The lights from the observatory seem to only penetrate the darkness by around 10 or 15 feet. Past that, it is pitch black. But the first thing you notice is what you do not see. Where before there was wild Mystimon life for as far as your eyes could see, now there's nothing. It's quiet. Too quiet. Where's all the wild Mystimon? Says Lorena. She motions towards the east. The lunar plane spans several kilometers that direction. Past there will be the crags. And past that is our salvation, Paradisiana. We should get moving.
Well, then Izumi's gonna just start heading in that direction.
All right.
Yeah.
Petro says,
He's
"Be
going to
careful.
start.
Our
Sorry,
light will
well-
attract benthic creatures, and
Yeah,
possibly
and-
whatever it was that attacked."
Make
Izumi's gonna go a little bit before realizing he doesn't have a light. Then he's gonna stop.
You have a light on your dive suit.
Yes,
We
yes,
do?
you do. Yes,
Oh.
everyone does.
Yes.
Is it toggle?
That was specifically the thing that
Yes,
I
it's
came up and
toggleable.
surfaced to say, everybody make sure you turn on your
Okay.
lights.
Yeah.
Also,
Petro will keep his off actually, but use your lights.
Yeah.
Stand a little off the edge.
So everyone make perception checks. Blind, please.
That wouldn't be very perceptive.
Hey.
Wow. So, everyone roll initiative.
I was like, we all rolled really poorly, didn't we?
None more poorly than Alexis.
Oh no.
Well, it wasn't a stealth check, so it wasn't the worst check that you can roll in that one on, you know.
No one more poorly than Alexis.
Like, I always say this: if there's a check that is bad for you to roll a 1 on, it's stealth. If you ever roll a 1 in any check ever, remember at least you're not rolling it in stealth. Like perception, yeah, other people might notice whatever you didn't notice. Stealth, whatever you're trying to hide from, you notice you're fucked.
I don't know. Athletics or acrobatics, if you're up high, could be pretty bad.
Yeah. So that depends on that situation. Stealth is like pretty universally you're fucked, you know.
But initiative rolled.
That was a lot of dice. A lot of
That
other
that
dice.
was initiative for everyone. And this shadow swiftly comes at oops.
Oh, can you drag the light onto yourself, Kenneth? The spell effect, I
This
I don't know. Can I?
this shadow
mean.
I'm already glowing in this scene, but that might just be because I'm...
you know what? Give me a second here. Give me a second.
Because it's my
Because I normally don't have this on. But there we go.
How do you move to other parts of the map? Oh, never mind. I got it.
Okay. This
Just ignore the
creature-
second token. I didn't see the first one.
This creature, this shadow suddenly lashes out at Alexis with its tail.
And by the way, when it gets to combat, I'm going to switch my, as a reaction, I'm going to switch my icon to my weapon.
Sure.
That is a normal hit by 1.
A normal hit by 1. Yeah,
Like if it rolled one higher, that would have been a crit. So like,
so you take 11 slashing damage.
all right, let me just. Here we go.
And that is 2 actions because it moved and then made a strike. And oh dear, I should have read this. Wow. Wow, this thing's nasty. This thing is nasty.
Okay.
That
We'll
is.
see.
We're going to make another. We're going to spend another action. The creature makes an attack roll against an adjacent creature's reflex DC. What's your reflex DC?
Mine?
Yes.
Oh, of course you're targeting my worst save, 16.
16. If it succeeds, it envelops you. And you are then
Wait.
restrained.
Oh, that's fine.
That is 18.
That succeeds, but I'm fine. Honestly.
You are
Honestly,
restrained.
genuinely, like I am so okay with this. Like, I thought that was gonna be something worse. Nah, I'm fine.
You are restrained as this creature envelops you. And that is its turn.
All right.
Oops.
And a question for the air: was it per attack
Alexis.
or just? Was the air using 5 minute per attack, or was it per turn if we attack?
Per turn if you attack. Per turn if you attack.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm gonna use one action to shift eminence to my body icon,
All right.
and the glow that was on their bangles.
I think
that
you can
was
actually.
Oh, sorry.
Can't you switch eminence just at the beginning of the fight without having to use anything?
That's where it goes into your first artifact. So it starts out. You start off sticking your evidence into one object.
Yeah, I had my worn icon before, so I'm gonna shift to my body icon. So like you notice that there was a blue hue on the bangles that Alexis was wearing, and now that blue hue goes to the glow on their scar.
All right.
Second action, and I'm going to use the one action that is gonna be talked about a lot in the forums.
No scar but this.
And just use an action to just heal 2d8.
Wow. Your wounds knit shut with hardly a scratch. You gain 1d8 hit points. At 3rd level, this and every 2 levels thereafter, it increases by 1d8. So, wow.
LMAO.
You just took and healed up all of the damage that you just took from this creature.
LMAO. And then I'm gonna use my last action to escape.
All right.
What is the DC?
That is not enough to escape.
Okay. I rolled 5. Wow. How many hero points do I have again?
You start with 1 story point.
Oh yeah, right. Yeah. I remember I had 3 last session. Damn, I didn't use them. Okay. Then honestly, yeah, that's my turn.
Okay.
Come at me.
Izumi. Why do we have...
Okay, first action, I am going to use Twin Stars. I'm going to basically put my hands together, pull my sickle away, and as I pulled my actual sickle away on my other hand, another one's going to appear. So now I have 2 sickles.
All right.
second action, I will move into melee range. How do I move it?
Click your token, and then
Game's paused.
If game's paused, yeah.
oh, sorry. Go for it.
Okay. One action to do a 5-foot step, and one action to attack with my sickle.
Alrighty. 22. With that 22, your sickle just manages to strike it.
Okay.
And 5 damage to it.
And that's my turn.
Alrighty. Kata.
I would like to use my first action. I would like to move not particularly far, just to out there.
Alright.
And then I would like to use the rest of my actions, right? I think this cantrip takes 2 actions to cast. Chill touch, but because I have grasping spirit spells, it has a range and targets one creature. You can choose one target that is up to 30 feet out of the spell's normal range. Your apparitions briefly take on semi-physical forms and attempt to drag the target into range of the spell. Oh, that's how that worked. Sorry.
Okay.
It's a meta magic, so you can't move.
I thought that this was a zap thing.
By the
So
way,
ignore that because I thought that this was a casting it from
Okay.
like the.
Okay. So
Anyway,
go ahead and delete
I
that.
misread that, so I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do something else.
Before
which
you,
is-
you move on,
sorry?
I just
Yes.
want to note this creature is concealed to all of you. I forgot to
all of us, so none of us can actually see it.
Yeah, it's concealed in any dim light, which all of this light is dim light.
It should be in bright light unless my light cantrip is a 20-foot radius and Keta is within 20 feet of it.
Yeah,
She just
that
doesn't drag
light
the thing under his
actually
feet.
gets reduced to dim light.
Okay.
Okay.
and
So it's now at
sorry,
10?
I forgot. I didn't have it programmed in. Since I have my weapon icon active, it actually does 2 extra spirit damage.
Okay.
All right. Well, if that's the case, then I would just want to move closer. If we can't see it, then I will move to here. Can I see it now?
It's going to always be concealed to you because of the dim light.
Really?
So,
Oh, because of the dim light?
yes.
Okay.
It's concealed in dim light, even to creatures with low light vision and dark vision.
Fascinating. Okay.
So-
Concealed doesn't mean that you can't attack it. It just means that you have to succeed on a flat check to
Yeah.
do it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay, so what do I do? Like, just roll to make a check, and then if I succeed, I can
Yeah.
try the thing?
So a flat check is
Yeah.
basically a
Okay.
normal D20 roll.
Yeah.
And what's the DC on that?
And I'm just apparently
5.
always rolling blind.
5?
Okay.
Well-
What'd I get? What'd I get, Seth?
That's what you got.
Okay. Well, that's a bummer. Okay, but that didn't use up my action or anything.
It did.
Or did it?
No.
It
does,
did?
It did?
Oh.
Yeah, concealment.
Does it
Second
use
action.
does it use the spell, or does it use just an action?
It
Uses
used whatever you used.
Yeah, so
Whatever I
you,
was
if you power
trying to
attacked,
do,
you
it
waste 2
uses that.
actions.
Okay.
So when you
Okay.
cast the spell, it
Then
uses
I
2
wasted
actions as
2
well.
actions, and I'm here. Cool.
Okay.
Great. Love it. That's it.
Or at least it doesn't use the spell slot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it was a cantrip anyway, so.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Petro.
Petro will attempt to identify the creature.
Okay. Go for it. Make an occultism check.
Nature, occultism.
Occultism.
It'll be 15 because I have assurance occultism.
All right. So you're just using assurance there?
Yeah, I have 0 intelligence, so
Unfortunately, you don't know anything about this. You've never seen anything like this before.
alright, then I will make a mini depth charge with spout, which ignore because it's an area of attack effect. I can ignore concealment.
All right. That's awesome. That's awesome. So
So
we're
it needs to
going
make
Well,
a reflex save.
no.
give me a moment. I'm going to place. You're just going to place it right there, and then we're going to make a reflex save. 23.
Takes half.
It succeeds.
It takes half.
It takes half, so it is going to take half of that. There we go.
Also, damn, rolled the same number twice.
Yeah. Alright, that's my turn.
All right. So the creature is going to, let's see here. Okay, so the creature is going to let out an infrasonic moan, and each creature in this 30-foot emanation here needs to make a will save.
But
Well, I think I'm gonna story point that.
Sure.
There we go.
Okay, that's better. Unfortunately, the only one who succeeded was Alexis.
yeah, I was gonna suggest keeping a hero point for to save from the dying condition, but honestly, failing will saves can be pretty mean. So like,
Yeah.
honestly, good idea.
So I'm going. So each creature who failed, Azubi failed, Petro failed, and Kata failed. You're all frightened 1.
Alexis is like looking with a deadpan expression to this thing.
And that's used up 2 of its actions. And with its last action, it is going to strike at Alexis. And it's going to miss.
Lol.
That is its turn. Alexis, it's your move.
All right. So quick question: does the thing from last round have a similar thing to grapple of it only lasting a round, or is it until I break free?
It's until you break free.
All right. Then Let me just check one thing real quick. Okay. Then I'm gonna go ahead and try to break free using athletics.
All right. Critical success. You break free. You just
Yay.
All right.
you just smash your way out of this creature's grasp, and you push it back, and you actually push it back about 5 feet.
All right. And from here, I'm going to shift eminence to my weapon icon. And then no, I'm not gonna shift eminence. Never mind. I take that back. And then I'm gonna go ahead and grapple it.
Okay, go ahead.
Because because my gill hook actually has the grapple trait and the reach trait, so I can grapple it from over here.
And I just want to show you what this creature looks like. This is
Yeah,
what this
it's
creature
gross.
looks like. It is
It's a sea pancake.
it is nasty.
Yeah.
It's
So
a friend.
That is against Fortitude DC, and this does add my weapon potency bonus from
Okay.
my weapon having the grapple trait.
Okay. 29. And you succeed. That is a success, so it is grappled.
And Alexa's like murmurs to themselves, like, "You weren't stuck there with. I wasn't stuck there with you. You were with me." And
Zumi's gonna laugh and say, "I like the way you think."
for my last action, now I'm actually gonna go ahead and shift eminence to my ward icon,
All right.
and I'm just gonna go ahead and take off the restrained off guard and immobilize for myself.
Go for it. And is that your
There
turn?
we go. Yep.
Izumi.
Okay. 5-foot step.
Izumi, you're a frightened one.
Okay. So then I'm going to strike it once with my sickle.
Go for it.
Okay, it's already got the frame hooked into it.
That is a miss.
Okay, I will strike again.
Go for it. -5. That hits.
Ooh.
That hits.
Okay.
Nice.
So your
So
your
that-
sickle comes down on it, and oh, by the way, make a flat check before that. I'll let
Oh, yeah, sorry.
I'll let you keep your damage and your roll there, but make that flat check. Okay, you hit.
Okay, so that'll be 7 plus the 2 spirit damage.
You got it.
That's my turn.
Okay. Kata.
Alrighty. From where I am going to do two things. The first, they are both cantrips. One has just one action. The other is two. And the first is guidance on
Very nice.
Izumi, who is not IDK their name yet.
Yeah, I changed it. I don't know why it's doing that.
I don't know why
and
either.
then, so I kind of just like I make two gestures One is just kind of like a tossing gesture towards towards Alexis, and Alexis, you feel like even through your suit, kind of like a very refreshing spritz of water on your face. Which, there we go. You get 5 temporary HP for the next minute. And then you have guidance. IDK their name yet?
So you have 5
Nice.
temporary HP.
Yeah.
Okay. That was a very nice one. I like that
And
one.
that's me.
Petro.
All right, Petro will start off by attempting another depth charge.
Alrighty. Another depth charge. Boom. We're going to have the creature make its save. And it fails. So it is going to take all of that damage.
And then since everything is so murky, Petro will attempt to hide in the darkness. This is a blind roll, right?
Yes.
To you.
Yes.
Let me see if I can. I'm so terrible at this. There we go.
Alright.
Petro thinks that he's hiding and is no longer frightened.
Okay. That is Petro's turn. The creature is actually going to swing around here.
Nuh-uh.
It's grappled.
It's immobilized.
Oh, it's grappled, yeah. It's grappled. So, actually, first of all, it is going to try to break free of that, which it can't do with athletics because it does not have athletics. Wow.
It can make an unarmed attack.
Athletics,
Yes.
unarmed attack, or acrobatics, I think.
Okay, it's
Yeah.
going to do that. It makes an unarmed attack with its tail, and that is 23. Does that hit Alexis?
Oops.
Normal success. We'll be back in... Okay. So apparently Alexis was using her phone, which ran out of battery. Still here, though, just in chat. Got it. So it broke free of the grapple with a normal success. And then it's going to move around here. And give me 1 second. Boom. And then it's going to use its last action to envelop Izumi. So Izumi is making an attack roll against you. Does 28
Okay,
hit?
that succeeds.
That succeeds.
Yes.
You are restrained.
Okay.
It has enveloped you in this fabrically, like... It's kind of really slimy leathery, it feels like. And that is its
Okay.
turn. Alexis.
Joke's on it. Now I know exactly where it is.
Alexis is shifting eminence to her weapon. Then attacking. Okay. And 16 is a miss. So it just whiffs past the creature through
That
the.
didn't have the attack modifier.
Yeah, that was the
Oh.
flat. That was the flat check. Okay. Okay, so you can make your strike as normal. That is a hit. Okay. Boom. Strike, breathe, rend. You channel a pulse of energy down your weapon. At the moment of contact, the target of the required strike takes spirit damage equal to your weapon damage dice. So that's 2 extra. Damage dice, not the number of damage dice. Okay.
Plus, wouldn't it, if it was number, wouldn't it just be 1?
Okay, so it just took 10 more spirit damage. And this thing is looking hurt. End turn. Izumi.
Okay, first action, I'm going to attempt to strike it with my sickle.
You're immobilized.
Yeah,
you can't.
you're immobilized.
Yeah, you'd have to break them.
I'm restrained.
Immobilized means you can't move.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. Restrained means that you can attack. Sorry.
Yeah, so I should be able to attack.
Are you not restrained? Oh, if you're not restrained, then yeah.
If you are restrained. Restrained means you're tied up and you can
immobilized
barely
and
move.
yeah.
Or a creature has you pinned. You have off guard or flat-footed and immobilized conditions. And you can't use any actions with the attack or manipulate traits except to attempt to escape or force open your bonds. Restrained overrides grabbed.
So it gets its thing immobilizes me, not it restrains me, not grabs.
Yes.
Oh. Well, then I will do my first action to attempt to escape.
All right.
You have guidance.
Yes, you do.
I'll do that with acrobatics.
Go for it. And that actually failed.
Yeah, I figured. Then I will attempt again.
Okay. Trying to squeeze your way out of it.
And then it has a -5 since it has the attack trait, right?
No.
Correct.
But it does.
Because escape does have the attack trait.
Escape does, yes.
Okay, 21 succeeds.
Okay, and then I will... Oh, that's a...
Come on. There we go. I had to right click it. So it took you 2 actions to
Yeah.
get out of it. Now, your last action.
I will attempt to attack it once with my sickle. Why not?
All right. Make your flat check. And that is a miss.
That's the flat check.
Oh, that is... I'm getting mixed
But
up
it is
here.
a miss.
It is a miss.
Oh.
Ouch. That is a miss.
And that's it.
Yep. Kata.
By the way, kid, I don't think you're frightened anymore.
Yeah, I was about to say, I'm not frightened anymore, right? Because at the end of your turn, the value decreases by 1.
Mm-hmm.
So it should have decreased last time.
Okay.
Cool. So I want to call out to Izumi, who was just in this thing's grasp, yeah? What did it feel like? Basically want to know, like, did it feel like it was weakening? Or was it still just a hardy sea bat?
It just felt like a nice warm hug.
A nice warm hug from a thing that is trying to kill you.
No better.
So you have no idea how this thing is doing. This thing which none of us can see. Okay, because I can
No.
only do this once. So I don't... But, let's try. So I want to cast...
You could
this might
use a
just be
medicine
too
check to
soon.
try to determine how it's doing.
Can I do that? Do I need to do the flat check first? To do that? I'm happy to do that. What is that? Yeah. So
yeah,
I'll
you
do
do
that.
need
So
to
that's
make
an action just to kind of listen. Oh, flat check. Okay.
Yeah, make a flat check first,
Cool.
and then yeah, that'll work.
No.
That'll work.
Alrighty.
That's a DC 5.
Oh, will it?
Yeah.
Oh,
DC
okay.
5.
Cool. How does this thing sound like it's doing?
Make a medicine check.
Oh, now I can make the medicine check.
Yeah.
Right. Is this public or is this blind?
It is. Well, make it public.
Okay.
Yeah, you can't really tell how it's doing.
There's just a lot of flapping and
Yeah.
yelling.
Yep. And running and screaming.
And running and screaming. Alrighty. You know what? I'm sorry. This is one of those things where it's like I can only do it once. So like if I do it now and it wasn't worth it, it's like, well, that was a waste of a cool thing. But I'm gonna do it because it's cool. So this is an area of effect. I'm going to plop it behind where I hear the thing.
All right.
And it is a DC 18 reflex save. And if it is affected, if it was concealed, it is no
It
longer.
critically failed. The creature is affected by the light for 10 minutes.
So there's this just like crackling pop of bioluminescence that like spreads out from a point behind it and like washes over it, and it's
is
suddenly
no
just like
longer
covered in these
concealed.
like blue, glowing blue bioluminescent little like sea slugs, little like ghostly sea slugs.
Nice. It is no longer concealed, and it's dazzled. Very nice.
Okay, that was worth it.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
it wasn't a waste.
Yeah, absolutely. That was worth the Reg 2 spell slot. So, is that your turn?
That's my turn. That was my action check, and then two
Okay.
action spell.
Okay, Petro.
Yeah, I'm
you
just
no
kind of
longer need to
hiding
make
behind
flat
Alexis.
check.
And that means I know I'm going to need a depth charge. Petro will throw 4 small slivers of metal from his dagger.
All right.
Wait,
Needle
what?
darts.
Okay, there we go. Yeah. So the attack roll. And he should be hidden, or if he's hidden, this is a +2.
He's not hidden.
If
Yeah,
that's
we're all
succeeded.
And
concealed.
that is
Okay.
a miss.
All right. And then he will. No, actually, won't do that. He will attempt to hide again.
Okay. So this creature is not very happy. Let's see. Dazzled, its eyes are overstimulated. If vision is your only precise sense, all creatures are concealed from you. Let's see. Vision is its only precise sense. So all of you are concealed to it.
Yep. For 10 minutes.
Yes.
That's a way to flip the tables. Nicely done, Kata. So
Kata's in the
Yeah.
background just doing like touchdown, a little touchdown
Kata,
dance.
Kata the goat.
So it is now going to just let out this infrasonic moan again, and we are going to plop that down right here, and everyone in that radius, make me a will save. We have 20, 22, 28, and 10.
Oh, boy.
Oh boy, indeed. Izumi critically failed. Ouch. Izumi critically failed. Kata succeeded. Alexis succeeded. Petro failed. And this one is actually going to make everyone who failed become prone. So let's see. Alexis succeeded. Kata succeeded. Kata is right behind Alexis, right?
Yes, yeah,
So
right here.
you get prone, and Petro gets prone. Did that go?
Yeah, it's on.
And that is actually it. And then you're also sickened 2.
People who failed, or
Yeah, everyone who failed got sickened 2 and prone.
I'm going to hero point then if I can.
But sure, go ahead.
I forget how to use it. The perils of you being a GM.
Right click.
Right click. Reroll using a hero point.
And
Why did I give 31? I mean, I'm not complaining, but
how did you do that? Oh, because of the low reroll plus 10. That's how. So I actually have a house rule enabled. I believe it's under from my workbench. Let me see if I can find it.
alright, that makes sense then if it's a house rule. I'll happily take that.
Yeah, it is a house rule that was actually originally favored by certain Paizo developers. Actually, if the natural result of a story point reroll is 10 or less, a bonus of plus 10 is applied after the fact.
Oh,
That's good. All right, so no longer prone or sickened.
Yeah.
Mostly because I want to puke inside of my suit.
Yeah, that wouldn't be good. That would not be good. So that took 2 actions. Next, it's going to make a flat check
oh,
to attack
Bomb.
Alexis,
Come at me.
but it does manage to hit you. So
Does it? We'll see.
yeah, does it?
Roll. Yeah. All right, it does.
All right, it does. And it is going to apply damage. That is 12 damage.
All right.
You've got that 5 temp HP, so.
Yeah.
And that is its turn. Alexis.
All right. We're gonna start off just trying to just bonk it. You know,
Yeah.
get a nice
Bonk.
little.
Yep.
Little
Little bonk. And this time, you don't have to make the flat
Ooh.
check. 29. That is a hit.
Oh, yeah.
Good bonk.
So this deals this much damage, and then I'm just gonna strike Breathe Rend, for a little 10 more, a little D10 more. So that was my first 2 actions. You know, this thing's looking kind of messed up. I think I'll go ahead and indulge in a wee bit more.
Go for
Actually,
it.
let me. Yeah, let's just try to go. Let's just try to do that again, shall we?
Go ahead. Go for it.
And before crit fail.
And that is
Okay.
a miss.
All right.
Okay, that's
And
her
turn.
turn. Izumi.
Yeah, that's
okay. I am going to use my first action to stand up. So
Go
I'm
for
not
it.
prone.
Go for it.
I will use my second and third actions to what is it? Mirrored Spirit Strike.
All right.
With my sickle. So the first one.
You should still be sickened 2, though.
Yes.
Okay, you are still sickened 2. Go. Cole.
That's the first attack.
That is a miss.
And then the second one.
That hits. Even with the
Okay.
-5.
It doesn't have a -5. They both use the same
Oh.
both
Oh.
each using your current multiple attack penalty.
Oh, nice. That is a very nice one.
yeah.
Okay. Go ahead and make your damage.
Let's see. This, whatever this is, +2. So 3 and then 2 spirit damage. And then my weapon is no longer glowing. There still are 2 of them, but it's not glowing, and that's my turn.
All right. Keita.
Alrighty. I am to double check just on rules here. Are opportunity attacks attacks of opportunity prompted when you move at all within melee range or when you move out of melee range in Pathfinder?
They're caused when you move into or out of, and when you use any manipulate action. However, attacks of opportunity are an ability that you need to have. They're
Yeah.
not. They're not the
Gotcha.
default.
They're not something that everybody has as a matter of
Yeah.
course.
And some of
Okay.
them work different on different monsters and players, for that matter.
Yeah.
Cool beans. With that in mind, I'm going to bop over here and do the same thing as before. Oh wait, no, I can't. Sorry. From here, I am going to bop over here
All right.
and cast Rousing Splash on Zumi, who I don't think had it before, right? Yes, Zumi
Correct.
had guidance, but all right. Yep. So you now have 3, sorry, temporary HP.
Okay.
And that is my turn.
Alrighty then.
I mean, hey, that's almost a 10% increase.
Petra.
Depth charge.
Awesome.
Ooh.
And it critically succeeds.
I throw my dagger for the third action.
All right.
I guess that was. Yeah, so thrown. Nope.
That is a mess. It just whooshes past it. Got mad that it critically succeeded and just threw your dagger.
All right. Well, that's it. That's my turn.
Yep. The creature. Let's see. What is the creature going to do? You know what? Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. So the creature is now going to target a single creature within 30 feet. And it is going to target... I want to make this random. It is going to target Petro. And Petro, make me a will save.
Probably a failure.
That is a failure. And you are now clumsy 1 and stupefied 1 for 1 minute. And that's 2 actions, and then it is going to make a DC 20 flat check. Okay, it succeeds. It is going to strike at Alexis with its jaws. And that is... That's it?
Yeah.
Okay, it is going to...
Did you do the flat check?
Yeah, it made the flat check.
The flat check.
All right.
And that is 17 damage.
All right.
That's its turn. Alexis.
All right. So I'm gonna use one action to attack it.
Sure. That just hits.
Then I'm gonna go ahead and kill it real quick.
See if you do. Does it do it? It is dead.
Yeah, Alexa's just kind of like keeps brawling with this thing for a little bit, and then eventually just kind of like strikes it through the middle with its hook, and then just sort of yanks it, and its hook just kind of goes through its skin and kind of like cuts it in uh through its middle all the way. And
Yep, that encounter
I'm gonna
is ended. Moving everyone back to this scene.
and then it's like their scar starts like glowing a bit again as I'm gonna shift eminence and then no scar but this all the way until I'm fully healed.
Okay. How many rounds do you think that might have been?
It should say on the track, or should have said on the tracker. It'll tell you.
I already ended the encounter.
I think that was maybe 4. Hold on, let me double check. Fail. Other thing. Dude, other thing. I think it was we were on the 5th round.
Okay. So that is 25
seconds.
minutes. That is 25 minutes for Alexis. Alexis made the final attack. And then everyone else 20 minutes. So 3 hours.
It's how 25 minutes worth of air.
Yeah, 25 minutes worth of air depleted. And then Izumi should be at 3 hours and 40 minutes. And Petro should be at 3 hours and 40 minutes. And Dr. Ray is fine. Because Dr. Ray didn't...
Dr. Gray was hiding behind a rock.
Yeah, that she was. Indeed she was. So, as the creature is defeated, can everyone make me perception checks?
Alright, this is a one less of what I roll.
Oh, oops, I didn't. Pretend I don't see that.
Make private. He still sees it, but that's fine. So, Petro is the only one that actually hears this. Petro, you hear this strange muffled scratching sound that's echoing throughout the water, and it kind of feels like it's emanating from like all around you, but being underwater, it's very difficult to pinpoint exactly where the sound could be coming from. But that is the end of chapter 1. Everyone, you gain a level.
Yay!
Woo!
So I'm going to give everyone about 5 minutes to do your level ups.
While we're
I
doing
don't
that,
know
I
how
think
that happened.
good notice. When we do our icons, once we use an icon, I think doesn't it automatically switch if we use the the transcend effect? Doesn't it switch to another icon?
Does it?
Yeah.
And
Let me check.
I want to know. I haven't actually read the
Yeah, it's
classes.
force. Immediately after the effects of the Transcendence resolve, your Divine Spark is forcibly ejected from that icon into another icon of your choice.
That is actually pretty useful, actually.
Yes.
And do we get the extra spell slot filled and leveling up, or no?
So you're telling me that after we just absolutely bodied that fight, we were actually using a weaker version of the class.
Actually, you were using a bit stronger because you used the rend thing, whatever, multiple times, where you would have needed to use another action to go back to your weapon icon and then use the rend.
Fair. Though I guess I only really used it one time, so it wasn't. I didn't take too much advantage, but did I? No, I only used it one time, like consecutively. I mean, so I guess at least I didn't abuse it.
Yeah, I just happened to notice at the end, and I was like, wait a moment.
Yeah. So it's still like giga strong, but
yeah. Sometimes you want to switch without having to use an action, and that's super helpful.
Oh yeah, like if you have like my current build is essentially like I switch I can toggle just either I tank, I DPS, or I heal, right? And it is very useful to just be able to like, okay, I dealt my damage, now time to heal. You know?
Yeah.
Like that is really useful actually. Oh my god. Okay.
I just hit a bunch.
Petra, what are you taking for your class, for your level 4 class feats?
I'm thinking of the one for Stalker and Darkened Bow. I forget exactly what it's called.
Walk the Wilds?
Yeah. Mostly because it lets me swim for 5 minutes, which...
Yeah.
Probably smart.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think any of the other feats are particularly appealing.
Let me...
Yeah, Walk the Wilds, I guess it's called.
Let me see what the class feats that I have available.
And there's also Channeled Protection, but that doesn't stack with the bangles from our exemplar.
What's
only the word?
Yeah, I set myself as a channeler, so I have channeler stance, but the problem is that it's completely useless to me because I don't have any spells that deal energy damage. Or any spells that have the vitality trait or void trait that restore hit points. Is there even a spell with the void trait that restores hit points, like in Pathfinder?
You have to be undead to get that.
Great. Okay.
But you can use heal.
As an example,
but heal doesn't have a vitality
I could certainly
trait.
homebrew one.
But yeah, it's only useful if you take the companion level 2 feat, which is the one that puts harm and heal onto your apparition slots.
Jackie, add that to the to-do list.
Oh yeah, I just saw using.
Alright, I'm just hitting apparitions enhancement.
The worthy feat, just straight up, you could just make your weapon into your own personal Excalibur. That's awesome.
Yeah.
It is kind of useless, but it's awesome.
Hey, with a sickle, it's pretty useful. You knock someone prone, you put it on top of their neck, and then you just only the worthy. So they're pinned down by the neck by a sickle.
Yeah, you could probably make like a really weird build about just like trapping someone forever with that, but like,
yeah.
But that would require a very specific build, but it would probably be goated in that sense.
I find this really interesting to listen to as the players go through all this.
So, is it just me, or are all the level 4 exemplar feats just about ranged attacks? What the hell? Is that just me?
No, yeah, it is.
What?
Yeah, they're all themed.
Like,
that's why I'm taking only the worthy.
Yeah, I just noticed because the Horizon
sounds like a normal Paizo thing.
Yeah, like so 4th level, okay. For the Horizon, okay, it's meant for a thrown weapon. All right, cool. Let's see. So only the worthy, which we've established. Okay, let's see the final one. Oh, that's a ranged weapon. Hmm. Hmm.
That's a ranged weapon. That's
Yeah.
a ranged weapon. That's a ranged weapon.
Yeah.
Level 4 doesn't seem like the most useful level for Exemplar.
Let's check. I took an archetype. Honestly, I have a
Sounds
feeling
like
that
little eyes or
Exemplar
things.
kind of has a thaumaturge complex, which is the thaumaturge feats are like incredibly just like below average at best because the class itself is already completely like insane.
There's the one that gives them spellcasting for scrolls for a single class feat. That one's broken.
There,
And
there.
then
Yeah,
there's
no, that one is pretty strong. Yeah.
then there's the one that lets them bypass all resistances, right? Level
Oh.
4.
That also
Speaking
sounds
of
like normal
attack of
plasma things.
opportunity,
The
the
kineticist
Exemplar
is
can
very
get
underpowered
reactor's
compared
check at
to
level 6.
previous playtests, and
Huh.
now this one's sounding like it's overpowered.
Also, I'm thinking. Let me check what I. Let me check what's in the Sentinel archetype because I actually ended up taking Sentinel archetype dedication on at my second level because medium armor because I'm making a strength based character and I kind of need the medium armor proficiency. I was kind of shocked that they don't get medium armor proficiency. Honestly,
I thought they did.
they
Nope.
don't.
Kind of weird.
Just light
Oh.
armor.
Interesting.
I mean, I'm not wearing armor,
That's
but
very interesting.
Yeah, no. I had to take Sentinel dedication for that.
That is very interesting.
okay. But I just saw the what's it called? The other. Since I'm there, I'm looking at the other 6th level feats, the motionless cutter feat. Just casually get up to 4 attacks in one turn.
Casually.
Yeah,
Casually.
with only
As you
minus
do.
2 multiple attack
Alright,
penalties.
excuse me
for
while I
each
get
one.
some water. I'll be back in a second or two.
But then again, I guess it could also get if you miss once, you just wasted your entire turn on one action.
For the lower level, feats, I am like the ones that I could get are like in claim initiate domain, which I'd have to like go and look at the domain list and probably like for roleplay wise try to find an appropriate deity and everything.
Yeah.
The other one that would fit mechanically would be Vow of Mortal Defiance, but like flavor wise, Alexa is not that kind of person. They're not like, oh, I'm vowing against the gods and
Yeah.
etc. Like they're not that kind of person. Thorns of Mortality is kind of hype, but I don't know if we're gonna be running into anything that heals. Like that is kind of situational. In a long campaign, I'd definitely like grab that. Like if because just like yeah, you might not be running into enemies that heal a lot, but when you do, it's gonna be annoying and you can just disable that pretty much.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, this campaign looks like it's going to turn into a bit longer than I originally planned, just because I got a little carried away.
I mean, yeah, but I was referring to a full campaign, like
Yeah.
a years long campaign.
Yeah, this is probably like a mini campaign at this point.
Yeah.
I got a little carried away.
Leap the Falls would be pretty good for both the flavor of being water flavored and Alexis, Child of the Seas, etc. But there's kind of a thing that is it's I could probably find a Um, I could probably find a justification for Alexis being able to leap like hell, but you know, let me see. What else could I guess that does leave me with claim initiate domain, huh?
Considering you choose any domain spell, that's a pretty good one.
It is. It'll just take a bit of work to find a good domain spell.
That could take a while. Probably longer than we have.
Yeah. I do absolutely know what skill feat I'm taking, which is one that I wanted to take already, but I couldn't manage to squeeze it in. I'm getting Titan Wrestler, baby.
All right. Sounds good to me.
Now this grapple build's coming together.
It's all coming together.
If only you had that against the creature you just fought.
I didn't think I needed it. It was just one size above. Titan Wrestler just lets me grapple creatures that are two sizes larger than me.
It also, I found out recently, it does let you like trip them as well. I found that out when I tripped a tree in
It
my
lets you
other
disarm,
campaign.
it lets you disarm, grapple, shove, or trip. Grappling, I'm though it's mostly for grappling,
Yeah.
and it's incredibly fun. If you have the wrestler archetype, which I think you need for the. I think like wrestler archetype just gives you Titan Wrestler, but
Yes.
wrestler archetype is one of the most fun archetypes in the entire game. I played you like it is such a surreally fun experience to be a high level character with that archetype and just getting to say, you know what? That 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 entire adult dragon over there, yeah,
Grapple. Yeah.
grapple, suplex action. I'm gonna suplex that dragon.
I'd love to see you do that against a Dragon Lord.
I have a in another campaign I have a lizard folk monk who is basically the grappler. He has the Titan wrestler. Once we get to level 6, I'm going to have whirling throw where if I grab someone I can literally throw them.
Oh,
And I'll be able to grab things like 3 sizes bigger than me at a later level. It's gonna be great.
Whirling throw is so good. It is like one of the best feats in the game because it just makes you a god of field management. You're like, you know what, you go there, and I think you are actually gonna put you there.
Throw it
You
into
know?
my ally's range, my ally with the pole arm. Throw it into his range when he has attack of opportunity.
Yeah.
Play baseball.
Also,
Alright.
good news, everybody. I now have a spell with the Vitality tag that does healing.
Nice.
Also, another thing that I had fun with the wrestler archetype was grabbing the feat that gives me the strangle action and just saying, "Hey, you spellcast your enemy." No, you don't get to cast spells this fight.
No spells for you.
Because grappling prevents you from
Interacting, I
uh
think.
yeah, it prevents you from using spells with a semantic thingamabob, and the strangle action that you can get as a wrestler, it just lets you strangle someone, and that doesn't let them use verbal spells either, so they just don't get to do anything.
Alright, we have some time to. We don't have much time here, so what do you say we get a move on, and you can finish up your level ups while I continue. That sound good to everyone?
I actually I actually need to get going pretty soon, so I'm probably gonna finish my level up a bit later.
Okay. Sounds good. So, the lunar plains is a vast swath of mostly plain seafloor before you, with some hilly spots here and there, and small and large craters and vents scattered about. But with the pitch darkness for as far as the eye can see, it makes the journey all the more treacherous. For you can barely see where you are walking, even with your lanterns. Lorena says, keep your wits about you. I'm afraid I've never made this journey before. I've always taken the subship. But that isn't an option now. She points to the west. That direction is the trench. If we don't want to end up scattered on the bottom, we should probably beware we don't get too close to the ledge.
That sounds like a good idea.
And
Wait, she points west?
yeah, she pointed west. That's the direction of the trench. Where you
And
where
we're
you want to
heading
go?
east.
Yeah, where you want to go is the east. So
Okay, got it.
I hope you have compasses. And
In fact, oh, why is it not? Why is it not on my sheet? What? I am supposed to have a compass. Excuse you.
okay. As you continue onward, the darkness seems to get. It kind of seems to get darker and darker as you move further and further away from the light of the now mostly destroyed observatory. And at some point, could everyone make me perception checks?
Did it just make the crit fail noise, or was I imagining that?
I wish you hadn't heard that. Yes, someone did make a critical success, critical failure. Someone did make a critical failure.
It's okay, I'll have it so everybody can hear.
So, not even sure how this happened. Okay. So, Keita, you think like it's like the muffling of the ocean water around you, or maybe it's the currents, but you can't hear a damn thing. Petro, you hear a strange clicking sound that is echoing all around you. Click, 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 click. And as you continue forward, the sounds just become louder.
At this point, Petra will tell people this, and then he will turn into a shark, which he can now do for 5 minutes. And that gives him imprecise scent
Okay.
and low light vision. But smell anything with if anything is within 30 feet that smells tasty, other than you guys.
Rude.
Hey, would you rather I said you tasted bad?
Yes.
I
take it as a
I do
compliment,
taste very
honestly.
good.
I would hope you taste very good, Keita, because you're kind of like a squid.
Have you never had calamari? Come on.
Yeah, I've never had calamari, but I've heard
Kata
it tastes
smiles and has very sharp teeth.
Petro smiles, bigger and sharper teeth.
good. Okay, you two. So,
There are at
You're-
least
Izumi's
two
just
groups of
smiling all-
Sife that practice cannibalism.
yep. So,
I actually don't remember. I don't think the tentacles are one of them, though.
so you don't really smell anything, Petro. But as you continue on, the sounds become louder and then louder. Almost as though something is moving toward you. And finally, Lorena stops cold. And her mouth is agape. Her eyes are wide. Beads of sweat can be seen trickling down her face through the helmet. I could have sworn I saw something, she whispers. She shines her light in front of her. But the light trails off after only about 5 feet before her. I can't see a thing. Maybe it was my imagination. Maybe it was a Mystimon. Hard to tell. As she shines her light back toward you guys, she starts saying, "We should keep move." And then suddenly the clicking sounds return and now are much louder, and now everyone can hear it. And she freezes and starts scanning the light around all of you. You all heard that, right? What in
Yes.
the world could that be? You can try to make nature recall knowledge checks to try to identify the sounds if you want.
I sure will.
Petro will, but he can't speak at the moment because he's a shark. So, just I don't know how you want to handle that.
Petro's a Shiroshi. I'm assuming you're like a great white shark.
I presume yes.
So you're like a Shiroshi. So we got a nature check from Keita, a nature check from Petro, a nature check from Izumi, and Keita, you recall that the only Mystimon known to make sounds anywhere close to the sounds that you're hearing are Krabula or Runaclow. But these noises sound very different from anything those creatures can make. Keita?
Okay. I don't say anything because I don't know what this is.
Okay. And no one else was able to determine anything either. So, what do you do?
Petro will swim on up front a little bit.
Okay. Make me a perception check.
And the scent, as well as an imprecise scent.
Okay.
Scent, excuse me, not scent.
You just barely caught the glimpse of a red eye shine. Just barely for like a fraction of a second. And then it was gone.
Is the clicking noise still around?
Yes. You hear the clicking sounds again. And then, without warning, you hear a shrilling shriek. And that is where I'm going to end for tonight. At least we got a combat in.
So spoopy.
That was the idea. I mean, that's why I call it Terror in Depthara Trench.
So spoopy.
Mild unease at.
Yep.
This is just what I assume being on the bottom of the ocean is like all the time. Which is
Oh,
why I'm very
sure.
scared of it.
Yeah, yeah. It is unnerving, to say the least, especially if you're someone who has a fear of the dark.
Yeah,
Well,
that was why I was like, the movie Underwater is so good for me specifically because it just hits every single one of my buttons. Because I am terrified of deep water.
So, I wanted to thank our viewers for watching this special episode of Mystimon Saga, the second part of Terror in Depthara Trench. We will be back for the third part of Terror in Depthara Trench on what would have been our normal day, Wednesday the 27th. We just won't have Firecat.
Damn.
Is that correct?
Correct.
Chad.
So at least you got a combat in, so you're able to get some sense of how your class reacts in combat.
Mm-hmm.
And I surely expect all of you to. Well, Firecat, you should put in your survey now. Everyone else can wait until after the 27th. So, but Firecat, you can at least put in your survey now for Paizo to give your feedback on the class. Do you have any comments on how the exemplar played?
Definitely, like I said earlier, it seems super flexible, which is really nice. That's what I really like about Pathfinder, how customizable everything
Yeah.
is. I do think level 4 is a bit underwhelming for non-ranged users.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
Other than that, I really like it.
All right. And with that, I will end the stream. Thank you all